It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And it's the Nets on a road trip for this one. An interconference game today, looking for the win. Back to the road tomorrow, as this is the final game of the Trailblazer homestand. And, of course, Thomas Robinson. This is their first game without him.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Brook Lopez. Antetokounmpo is out there with Bargnani. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Booker in at the 2 spot. Here's Henderson. Good, great play by Calathes to set it up.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
You know, guys, Al-Farouq Aminu, so highly regarded coming out of college, still really finding his way around the NBA, but this last season with Dallas, he may have found his niche in this league.
That's a great point, Kevin. A guy who can give you a lot of things, rebounding, defense, hustle points, but he's already played on a number of teams in his young career because he's still trying to, as you put it, find that niche. Maybe he's finally developed who he is.
Now here's Henderson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas. Another shot, and it's good on the layup.
And the offense, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Nets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. It's tipped. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Left side, Antetokounmpo. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Calathes kicks to Henderson. Plumlee in the post. Lopez is there. Off target at the rim. Here's Irving. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Irving's got his first points of the game.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's Henderson. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Just 3 to shoot. Shoots from 14. And it's Davis missing.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Davis sets a screen. Anderson with it. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Nets trail by 3. And Booker kicks to Irving. Right side, Antetokounmpo. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Look at this man just go flying by him after the shot fake.
Well, it might be humiliating for a defender, but it feels oh so good on the flip side.
Yeah, get him in the paratroopers club and then take advantage of it.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. Here's Calathis after the basket by Brooklyn. Lopez with the block. Now here's Booker. Henderson defending. And Booker kicks to Irving. And he's good on the 3-ball. Irving's got 5.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. He could become a little less mechanical with his postgame. I think he could even go higher.
Here's Booker, throws down the breakaway jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Here's Calathis. Last game he had 10 points. Passes to Henderson. Here's Calathis. There's the pick. Davis sets a screen. Calathis dishes to Henderson. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the dunk by Booker.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
So it's Portland now. After the basket by Brooklyn, Henderson passes to Aminu. Here's Calathis, covered by Irving. Count the bucket.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Here's Antetokounmpo after Ed Davis's score. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He's got 5. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
And, you know, you hear everybody talking about Giannis's potential. I mean, look at the athleticism coupled with his measurables. I mean, that is just off the charts.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Chris Kaman is checked in for Plumlee. Noah Vonleh comes in for Ed Davis. And Tim Frazier subbed in for Nick Calathis. Frazier kicks to Vonleh. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. For Giannis, it's not just his physique and length. Clark, he moves insanely well for a guy that size.
Yeah, Giannis also might not be done growing, Kevin.
Right.
How scary is that? I mean, you know, he could be a legit 7-foot shooting guard when it's all said and done. That would be something to see.
Now Henderson, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Rejected by Bargnani. Now, Antetokounmpo, 7 points in the game. Henderson pulls it in.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Frazier kicks to Aminu. He dishes it to Kaman. Pass to Frazier. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Well, you look at Booker, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And, of course, Kyrie Irving, another guy who can get a lot of points. Top 5.
What a threat both of these guys have proven to be, especially over this stretch. Scoring machines.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Irving. Kept alive. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now. First in scoring. First in blocks. And they're also #1 in free throw shooting. A team that makes foul shots gives itself and its coaching staff a lot of confidence.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with.
Brooklyn's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Dishes it to Booker. Ariza outside. There's the pass to Booker. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and stolen by Vonleh. Frazier outside. Kaman kicks to Aminu. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Vonleh, and that one hits back iron. The Nets with the lead. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half. Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Now here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Frazier outside. Booker pulls it in. Nets leading by 5. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers. Remember, they beat Houston in that first round. That great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Bargnani. And Kyle Korver picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The Nets making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Here's Vonleh. It's tipped. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Korver.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Henderson. How his last 10 games have gone. Getting around 12 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
Well, his mindset allows him to stack those points up. He wants to carry the load, and clearly he does.
To the paint, jumps up. Oh!
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Pia.
Well, you know, the Nets were able to sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed last year. Had some good wins against the Western Conference, and that really was a big boost for them getting to the postseason.
Nets were just under 500 against the Western Conference last season. In the East, that is a very respectable mark.
Yeah, I mean, how about they were actually better against the West than the East a season ago. Their win percentage against the Western teams was narrowly better than games against the
Vonleh.
A lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Here is Frazier. 5 points in the game.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game.
And here in the early goings, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you feel helpless here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just hope they snap out of the rut.
Tony Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. And the basket good. Booker's got 13.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And that was one that just got out of control for them. And when the lead got big, it almost seemed as if they just mailed it in.
Yeah, it appeared to me as well that they kind of gave in, and I understand it's hard to try to come back.
Frazier, he has 6. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf, a leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too. He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Pass to Henderson. He kicks to Vonleh. Henderson dishes to Calathis. To the middle. Clock at 6. And stolen by Ariza. Inside. Allen inside. Now the feed to Booker. Knocked away.
Que é a tristeza deformando o seu rosto. Se cala.
Trailblazers trail by 5. They've got Al-Farouq Aminu. Plumlee out there with Davis. Then there's Nick Calathis. And it's Frazier in at the 1 spot. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Davis. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Just 4 to shoot. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. Fast break. Korver's got it. Wants to get. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Shot clock at 6. Calathis kicks to Davis. Here's Aminu. The shot will not go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Here's Irving. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to out from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
By himself, and it's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Lopez comes in for Bogdanovich. And Bargnani subbed in for Kyle Korver. To halt the run. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. That's good. And that's now 6 points for Davis. Nets leading by 12. Irving passes to Antetokounmpo. The stupendous finish in traffic. Antetokounmpo's got 11 points. Well, we've always talked about how scary Giannis could be when his jumper is hitting grade. Every year, it seems to be improving.
And last season, Kevin, he shot just under 50% from the floor, so that's a huge jump for him.
You know, for Giannis, it's not that he's just getting to the rim as to why his field goal percentage is up. I mean, in the last part of the season, His mid-range shooting percentage went up from 30% to over 50%.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Allen. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Now here's Frazier. 8 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Portland again missing.
And Giannis is already hard to guard, but if he can reliably hurt you over the top, then a lot of nightmares will be realized in the NBA. Incredible that he's improved as much as he has in this short amount of time.
And here's Aminu. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Calathes dishes to Plumlee. Lopez with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Here's Aminu. Off target from three-point range.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert.
In the corner, it's Calathes. Plumlee with the screen. Stolen by Bargnani. In transition, here come the Nets. Hollis Jefferson passes to Irving. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Here's Plumlee. Lopez with the block. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Chris Kaman is checked in for the Trailblazers.
Chris Kaman.
Here's Calathes. Frazier left side. To the inside. And it's Davis with the jam.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Irving kicks to Antetokounmpo. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Portland. And Davis pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 19. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
The 11-footer. Here's Kaman. Lopez with the block. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Lopez with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back. Left block shot on the way. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. For the Nets, and they're driving. They were fantastic, Clark. Second in the league last year in field goal percentage off those drives.
And a big reason for that is the strength and size of their guards, because they all can finish in traffic, and that's how you get high shooting percentages. You have to make tough shots against contact.
And he gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 13 points in just this quarter.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Calathes dishes to Frazier. Kaman a screen. 5 to shoot. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Davis. And the Nets making a change here as well. Booker, he's checked in for Irving. Portland was just fantastic at home last season. We expect that, though, of this team, Greg. 32-9. It was...
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Booker. Booker's got 3 assists tonight.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Here's Frazier. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. The second chance effort. Kaman with the defensive effort.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Antetokounmpo with the ball. And Kaman picks him up defensively. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Bargnani down low. Vonleh on him. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Here's Frazier. The 9-footer's on the mark. Frazier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Yeah, okay.
Inside, Kaman. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Good, just like the suit. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
That's good.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And for Portland, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Here's Frazier. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
You know what? His finishing ability not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And Portland making a change here. Leonard's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Ariza comes in for Bargnani. And it's Korver in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Portland has possession. Henderson kicks to Vonleh. Kaman a screen. Here's Calathes. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
For Portland, they have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Chris Kaman.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Here's Calathes. He feeds it to Leonard. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Leonard's got his first basket.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
And guys, Myers Leonard really showing signs of progress in last season. Huge steps forward for the big man.
And you know, progress is all about confidence with young players. I mean, his shooting percentages were remarkable when you look at the fact that 50, 40, 90, 50%, 40%, 90% for a 7-footer, unheard of, and he's in that neighborhood.
Here's Booker. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
A minute 20 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Calathis. There's the dish to Vonleh.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Trailblazers have been shooting 50% at the line, 5 of 10.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Vonleh. Allen's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And both free throws good for Vonleh. Nets leading by 22. Booker with it. He's got 20. Fires at the elbow. And it's Portland with the rebound. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Calathis, defended by Booker. Tries it from 9. Second shot opportunity, and Leonard with the lay-in. Leonard's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Ball stolen. Kicks it to Calathis. It's tipped. It's stolen by Allen. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Booker, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. Lopez, he's checked in for Brooklyn. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. From the baseline. Feeds it to Booker. The 3. It's rebounded. Trailblazers trail by 21. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Bargnani is out there with Brook Lopez. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Booker in at the shooting guard position. Pass to Aminu. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. 3 on the clock. Here's Calathis. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole a game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Here's Calathis. He's covered by Irving. He had a nice open look right there. Henderson's got 9.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Lopez dishes to Antetokounmpo. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Dishes it to Aminu. The pass to Calathis. Goes back up. Rebounded by the Nets. Bargnani's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And a wide open look for Irving. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Davis. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time. One thing about Ed Davis, guys, he has the physical tools to succeed. The agility of a gazelle and the wingspan of a condor or pterodactyl.
Irving for 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
You know, Greg, getting back to Ed Davis, his abilities go beyond physical attributes, strong intangibles. Roy Williams always used to talk about him like this, high basketball IQ.
Yeah, second-generation NBA player. His father, Terry, played a long time. He's humble, he's hungry, and motivated. So a lot of key characteristics, I think, in the success of most players he displays here early in his career.
The Nets have shot 3 of 7 at the foul line. After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
Actually had the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He preached patient offense and encouraged his guys to use the shot clock. He wants his guys to be deliberate. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And as always, Doris, thank you. That's good. 34 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
Plumlee trying to break loose. Another miss by Frazier. Here's Booker. Plumlee with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Aminu misses.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
Davis, the pass to Henderson. Here's Frazier, and it's sent back by Lopez. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. Number 1, the Nets.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast-breaking style, and they are all in.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Kaman comes in for Mason Plumlee, and it's Noah Vonleh in for Ed Davis. Antetokounmpo against Kaman. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. The Trailblazers shooting is leaving something to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. And it's Kaman missing.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
The D on him has to be airtight, guys. You've got to get into his airspace. And that was far from it.
Irving against Frazier. Soft touch off the glass. Frazier's got 14.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Now Booker. He's got 22. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Brook Lopez. 2nd in blocks, 6th in field goal percentage, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And as you said, one of the best shot blockers in the league. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Irving against Frazier. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Frazier outside. Came in the high post. 13 feet away. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Kamen's got his third basket of the night right there. Brooklyn's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Tries from 10. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Trailblazers shooting around 40% from the floor here. Henderson kicks to Frazier. He dishes it to Henderson. Good break play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got 6 assists now in the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Lopez dishes to Irving. Back to Lopez. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Here's Frazier. Lopez with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving leading the charge. Good on the shot. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
They get the rebound.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
The feed to Kaman, wide open. Brooklyn with the rebound. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Yeah, this is really tight. I mean, it's splitting hairs when you talk about these teams. You get the feeling if they played 10 games, each side would win 5.
Myers-Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Brooklyn. Korver comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Up the floor, here's Henderson. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Henderson's got 16 points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get, a solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin, right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined. That's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Nick Galathis, he's checked in for Frazier. Then for the Nets, Bogdanovich is checked in for Bargnani. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Booker. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Here's Galathis. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. Kaman. Rebounded by the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Booker. Let's keep it alive.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Galathis passes to Kaman. Leonard kicks to Henderson. Galathis, no luck. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Here's Booker. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
but still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Henderson dishes to Calathis. Cannot hit. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Looking to end the drought, and that one's good. Hollis Jefferson's got his second bucket tonight.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
1:19 left to play in the third. Kaman wide open. He fires. Good. That's Calathis who picks up the assist. Calathis has got 6 assists here tonight. And it's Korver in the corner. It's stolen by Aminu. Knocks it loose. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That displayed right there.
Brooklyn's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. The three-pointer, no good. Portland's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Kaman a screen. Calathis kicks to Kaman. Aminu the pass to Kaman. And he gets the bucket. Kaman's got 6 here in this quarter.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Here's Booker, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
17 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Calathis. He has 5. And the layup falls. Calathis has got 7. 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Booker.
Close that your coat will catch fire. Dog, the stakes are dire. I'm no liar. Hold the court.
Plumlee out there with Davis. Then it's Miller. Then there's Mo Harkless. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Not much to complain about for Brooklyn fans with the Nets' road play last year. Looked pretty much the same as they did at home.
And, Kevin, that can cut both ways. I mean, the Nets were 19-22 on the road. Exactly the same record they had at Barclays.
And for the Nets, as a team, they shot better on the road than at home by a significant margin. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Timeout called the Nets.
You know, overall, the Nets had the same road record as they did at home. I mean, but late last year, they were the only team with more road wins than home wins. That was the case until their final game of the season, actually.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And so here's Portland. Miller outside. Plumlee against Bargnani. Miller kicks to Davis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Booker pulls it in.
That's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you. He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
Now that's no run-of-the-mill putback there.
Well, the rebound and then the dunk, one on top of the other.
Yeah, that's what we call a potent 1-2 punch.
And Davis puts it in.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now.
I don't know, Kevin. The discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now. But having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Antetokounmpo against Miller. Booker dishes to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his third personal foul. 2. At the line for the Trailblazers, Giannis.
He's off on the first. And he sinks the second.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
And it's Irving with the rebound. And the net shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. And Miller with the block. And they're able to recover. Irving, good.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
With the 2014 draft class, Clark, it was so hyped up, a lot of teams probably didn't care that they were losing some games at the end of the year, as they themselves were testing some younger players on their roster.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. And you look at the guys from that class, many of them have star potential.
Shoots a fader. Another miss by Irving.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Passes it to Harkless. The 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller.
You got to respect a player who can knock down shots like that, even with the defense right up in his jersey.
Irving against Frazier. And Antetokounmpo slings it in.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Rebounded by the Nets. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Doubled by Vonleh. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Good. Antetokounmpo's got 47 points.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
Now here's Frazier. Great D that time from Irving.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense. Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon, because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint. I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Here's Antetokounmpo. There's the dish to Booker. Back to Lopez. He kicks it to Irving. Takes a 3. But they get it back. Bargnani passes to Booker. Launches it. Vonleh with the rebound. Vonleh's got his 4th rebound in this one. Uncovered. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 49 points in the game. Trailblazers have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. Frazier kicks to Vonleh, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Outside Irving. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Vonleh's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Frazier dishes to Miller.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted
and ultimately now has achieved.
Here's Irving. Rebound by the Trailblazers. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Now here's Frazier, defended by Booker. The 10-footer. Out to Miller. Frazier against Irving. Second shot opportunity, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Boy, did he burrow his way in there, and the D just sort of backed off.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating, and he gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 51.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Portland's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Irving against Frazier. A baseline J. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Miller with a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose.
There's the 3. Shot's good.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Harkless with the steal. Stolen by Bargnani. It's stolen by Frazier. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
The net. It's making a switch here. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Bargnani. Ariza comes in for Brook Lopez. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And Allen subbed in for Booker.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Brooklyn's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Outside for Korver. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 6 points in the game for Kyle Korver.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Here's Frazier. The shot no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've